Well, welcome to video number 1 of the 2000 Porsche Boxster S modding / maintenance. Today it's just going to be a boring oil change. This car takes 10 liters of oil. I've got 4 gallons there. It's not going to quite eat that whole amount, but pretty close. Got my Hengst filter. And basically, that's all there is to it. On the Boxster, since the engine's in the middle, there's a trunk in the front and a trunk in the back. You actually fill the oil in the trunk through a little built-in spout that runs all the way under the convertible top into the crankcase. So on the Boxster, this is the oil pan. That's where the drain plug normally is. This is an 8mm Allen. The oil filter is a canister type that screws on there, and the actual filter itself presses on, which I'll show you when we're putting it back together. This is the canister itself. Here we have the oil filter pulled apart. There's actually little pieces of kind of a spongy material, which could be guide or it could be gasket. Run all the way down. It's actually pretty clean. Little chunk of RTV. Not sure what that one is. Maybe RTV. Another little chunk right there. So since I don't know the oil type or the interval on this engine, I'm probably gonna do a 5,000 mile or shorter oil change next time with my Rotella T6 and the Hengst filter. This car, it had a man filter in it, which is OEM, it's good stuff, so somebody did take care of it, but still, it's got 170,000 miles. These engines, the M96, are known for guide wear prematurely, kind of starting at 160. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. We did take a sample of oil in a Blackstone container to send off for oil analysis to check for any metal shavings. Was no metal in the oil filter, so that's good. Leads me to believe that the IMS is probably okay. But yeah, I'll definitely be looking for plastics and all that in the oil analysis as well, just to see if it sounds likely that the guides might be wearing out on this engine. It's been nice to know that ahead of time if I have to kind of take the valve covers off and do timing chain guides, which I hope not. But it's better than having to replace an engine, so we will see. So once you've replaced the drain plug with your 8mm Allen, torque it to, let's just say 11 foot-pounds, it doesn't need much. There's your oil filter location. Hengst is a really good brand. I would recommend Hengst Man, or you can get it at the dealer, even though it's going to be the exact same part. Yeah, Mall is also good. So that's what she looks like.
Probably top and bottom?
No, I think they're the same, top and bottom. So I usually put the writing facing down just so you can see what's going on. But it literally just presses right on there. Then you screw the canister back on. There should be a new O-ring, yep, with your filter. You want to just get this lightly wet with new oil, and then you're going to slide it over your old canister. You can see the O-ring right there. So take that one off with a pick, get this one a little bit lubed up, put that back on. Then you're going to thread this whole thing back on over the filter, and then just get it as tight as you can with your hand. That's usually plenty. So that's what it should look like, all buttoned up bottom side. So now I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way and pour 10 quarts, actually a little more than 10 and a half quarts into the top end of this thing. So here we are in the trunk. This is the bottom side of the oil cap I removed here. I'm just going to go ahead and take the factory funnel out, set it aside, and then get our nice big America-sized funnel. Pop that bad boy right on in there. And now you can be lazy when you put the 10 and a half quarts of oil in it. So now start it and watch for the oil pressure light, the one right in the middle, the oil can. So there we have oil pressure. Now run it at about 2,000 RPM for about 30 seconds. And if you have a car like mine, go ahead and turn it back to position 2 and then wait for the countdown timer to also confirm your level, but check it on the dipstick. So right now I'll check back in 9 minutes and 27 seconds for the digital oil level. But on this car, it's just a standard dipstick back here, just a lot longer. Just check it and make sure you're, at or above the level you should be at. So we're doing taillights. Once you pull back the carpet, there's only 4 8mm to actually pull the taillight out of the car. Once you have the taillight out of the car, your new Depos actually looks like they have thumb screws. No, those are just protectors?
Yeah.
Protectors. So you will have to transfer over your bulb carrier to the Depo lights. But once you've done that, you just place them back in the car, fasten the 4 8mm, and replace your carpet. You have an updated Boxster. Depo taillight. We have the LED conversions plugged into the intermediate board. And then I think you might have to remove this little outer bulb to get it to fit into the housing.
Oh, yeah.
And simply slide it back in until this tab catches on your old light plate.